Hey, what's going on everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit. Welcome to the video. And today I am talking with Cindy. What's going on?
Oh, not much. Thanks for reaching out to me at eBay Open. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it was awesome. Got to give a big shout out to Charlie, right?
Yeah, Charlie Bishop is the one that said, hey, I've got to introduce you to Steve. Please come and talk to Steve because I think he's going to get really excited to know what you're doing, you know, in the marketplace.
This is interesting. So when we were introduced, you had mentioned that you were on pace to do about $1 million in sales on Facebook.
Yes.
And the first thing I said was, and this was my initial reaction, okay, so she's running Facebook ads to a Shopify store. And you said no. And I said, wait a second, then what exactly are you doing? So why don't you explain to people exactly kind of how your business works? Because there's a lot of people who think that buying and selling is very cookie cutter. You have to go on eBay, you have to go on Amazon or Etsy or Poshmark. But you've kind of pioneered a new way to buy and sell your products.
Yes, and so I'll start out by saying, first of all, I was a big eBay seller for many, many years. I started in 1998 selling counted cross-stitch needlework supplies. During the 2014
Yep.
Google slapdown that hit eBay, my sales dropped from like $6,000 to $10,000 a month to almost $1,000.
Wow.
So I had to start looking to find something else. And I looked at Amazon. It wasn't, like I was just telling you earlier, Amazon's not a success for me because of my items. People don't go to Amazon to buy cross stitch.
Got it.
So I started thinking, what can I do? What can I do? And so I'd gone on Facebook, and there were other buy and sell cross stitch groups where people would sell their old cross stitch or sell cross stitch, but I was doing such high volume on some of these groups, they didn't want me selling on them. So
Sure.
I thought, let me start my own. So less than 3 years ago, we started a Facebook group called Cross Stitch Buy and Sell, then with my business name Stitcher Express attached to it. Any sellers can come in and sell if they want to, but the group is mainly mine. And what we do is it's not a Shopify, it's not a marketplace, it's a group. So if you have a niche of something, make a group. You can sell whatever you've got.
So you make a private Facebook group.
I made a private Facebook group. We ask 3 questions. We ask if you cross stitch, you know, what kind of project are you working on, just so we can keep out the spammers. We like it private, not public, because it reaches out. Right now we're just shy of 9,000 members.
Wow, and they're all interested in the cross stitch.
Yeah, it's all
Niche.
cross stitch niche. So counted cross stitch. And so what happened is a couple of years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, I bought into a company where it's my own exclusive designs of fabric. So that's what's taken us to the really, really high numbers. And then every Sunday I do a show at 1 o'clock Mountain Time from wherever I'm at. Like if I'm traveling, I'll do it from wherever I'm at. And me and the girl that works for me, April, we show the items that have come in new that week. We pair a pattern with our fabrics. Then after the show, we list them in an album. So in groups, you list albums, and it'll say show album.
Okay.
July, whatever. People will go, me, 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 me. I want. And then I have a girl in Albuquerque, Nevada, who invoices for me. She just goes through the album.
Like a PayPal invoice?
PayPal invoice. And so she does, yeah. And then we get paid, and then we use ShipStation for all of our shipping.
Wow.
Love ShipStation. Love ShipStation. Changed my life because I have people feeding off of that. So I do that for PayPal. Then I have my own website, StitcheryExpress.com, that only has about 30 of our fabrics on right now. In the next 6 months, we'll have over 900 of our exclusive line of fabrics.
Wow.
That right alone will take us over, that website right there will probably take us over $1 million in a year just on that, not including Facebook.
Wow, so what's this Facebook group called?
It's called Cross Stitch Buy and Sell Stitchery Express.
So when someone sees that name, they know they're coming in to either buy or sell.
Yes.
So you're getting a good person, a good quality lead, in a sense, coming into that group.
Yeah, and the reason why we made it private, like I said, is so we don't get a lot of spammers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also have about 7 other sister groups connected with the Stitchery Express name. Cross Stitch Buy and Sell Rubber Stamps, Cross Stitch Buy and Sell Crochet, Embroidery, Needlework. I don't have time for those groups, but we allow other people to come in and sell on those. So if you have a whole plethora of sewing patterns, you can go into our sewing group and sell, just make albums. Albums are really, really important. So it's very simple. You go into a group, if you can find look for sell groups, look for buy and sell groups, familiarize yourself. We make a requirement that they have to make an album. The reason why you want to make an album in the group is it's got your name on it. So you would say new patterns, July 26th, Cindy Sorley. And then people will go look for your albums and then they'll buy from that.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
crazy.
Seems like a really interactive engaging process as well.
Yeah, and it's really nice because we also have another group that is not a sell group, but it's called Work in Progress. It's people that have bought stuff from me or other places, and they show people their progress on their project. Wow. So that's more the social group. Sure. Well, there's not a lot of social in the selling group. Yeah. But we all get to know each other. I've got right now a 74% return customer rate over the last year.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So what tips would you have for somebody who's watching this right now, and maybe they're in a specific niche? Maybe they create products that are related around softball.
You know what? So what they want to do is they want to make an album, and you want to say, you know, call it a buy group. You know, I'm a sell group or a buy group.
So is that like a Facebook group? Is that what you mean?
Just create a Facebook group.
Okay. And make it private.
Make it private. Use the word of what the item is. So handmade baseball goods, or buy and sell baseball goods. And you can, what I like to do is we invited other sellers to come in and sell also, so they're not just buying from me. There are other groups that are just a buy group from others, but I'll tell you why I allow other sellers to come in, because there's a lot of cross-stitch stuff that's really rare and out of print and hard to find. So someone will come in and sell, and I'll go, me, and then I'll hoard it for a few months, and then I'll sell it on eBay for a whole bunch of money.
So what's the best way for someone to start to gain some visibility when they create a new group? Maybe they're doing the baseball buy and sell, and they just can't seem to get any people joining.
So you want to make sure that what you do is you name your group, and you change that in the Facebook. If not Facebook, excuse me, it's just going to give you numbers. Okay. You want to go name it, and you want to tag it. So you would tag it baseball, handmade, and it's just right in the, right in your admins. I mean, it's right in your admin stuff. So you want to tag it with 5 words. Then when people type in baseball, your group will pop up.
And then they join.
Yeah. So it's not a page. It's not a marketplace. It's a group.
Yeah. If you go to facebook.com/groups. You can actually just create one like that. But that's important. Tagging it, doing some research on search engine optimization. Like, what are the most popular words that people are searching for?
Exactly. So, and that's huge. So we have cross stitch, we have needlework. I can't remember all of our tags right now. Maybe linen, because we sell a lot of linen. So we have a number of those, and I think we have cross stitch 1 word and cross stitch 2 words, because you just kind of go see what people are searching for. But we also our name is mentioned by a lot of people that buy our stuff in other groups. We have our line of fabrics, and someone will say, oh my gosh, that fabric is amazing, where'd you get it? I got it from Cindy at Stitchery Express. So then we send them to our website to buy there instead of the Facebook group, because then we don't have to invoice. Sure. So the only fees on PayPal, this is huge. I mean, there's no fees on Facebook.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you can sell whatever you want on Facebook, and your only fees are your PayPal. Now we also take credit cards over the phone. Yeah. You know, through PayPal here.
Interesting.
Yeah, we decided not to get a card reader because we're not reading the cards anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
And so we use PayPal here and just feed it all in. And we save our customers, and they'll say, hey, you've got my information, just charge me again.
What do you, have you helped people to start groups up?
Yeah.
What do you think are some of the biggest, like, rookie mistakes that people make when they start trying to build their own group and you know, building up a buy and sell platform?
You've got to be consistent, very, very consistent in your rules. Post your rules, have people read them. I highly, highly recommend that every seller do not use the sell feature in a group. They only use albums. And the reason why is if it goes into a sell group, it goes into the marketplace, then people can't get in your group. You know, and
that's stuff. That's a good tip.
Yeah, wow. So you want to, and then on the marketplace, when you do the sell thing, what it does is that it's only one item. It clogs up your timeline considerably. But what will happen is if you have, say, Charlie came in and he had a whole bunch of He-Man toys and he wanted to list them all, he'd make an album, and people would say, oh, Charlie's got a new album up. I want that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then you can combine shipping on them and make an invoice in PayPal. Wow. There's also another program called FreshBooks. I just found out today.
Okay, yeah.
Are you familiar with FreshBooks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never used it, but I've
Neither
heard,
have I. But we have so many SKUs in our fabric because each one of our fabrics comes in different counts. That means how many squares are per inch. Right, right. And so, and PayPal only lets you use 1,000 SKUs. Okay. So we're using FreshBooks that will integrate. It goes to PayPal. You pay PayPal, and then it'll feed into my ShipStation. Cool. But it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really unique because I've interviewed literally I mean, I've got like 1,500 videos on my channel. I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people. And when I heard your story, I was like, wow, like we need to share this, because there's gonna be somebody out there who's watching this right now and there's like a light bulb going off and they're gonna go out there and apply and take action. And
I mean, yeah, you might have somebody that crochets headbands. You might have someone that, you know, that makes baby clothes or baby blankets, or someone that even does hem stitching around baby blankets that you crochet. I mean, it's you know, limitless. Someone that does t-shirts.
Yeah.
Someone that does, you know, they can make their own group and then start getting a following. Twitter it, you know, do everything. I don't use Twitter a lot, but you can put it on Instagram and bring them back to your group. There's so many ways.
How important is it for the weekly videos versus just doing like a written blog post in the group?
Thank you. The video was a joke that I said, oh, I should just make a video and show what arrived this week. So we decided to do it every Sunday, and if we are 1 minute late, they think I have done.
How many people are usually watching live?
Live is about 300 to 400.
Wow.
And then by the end of the week, we have about 2,900 to 4,000 views.
That is a highly, highly, highly engaged audience right there. That is absolutely insane.
Oh, it's crazy. And then, so what we do is we start off the day kind of saying what we did. So Sunday's video, I'll talk about that I was at eBay Live. And then we usually give a technique on stitching, you know, like either, you know, how to wash it. Yeah. I teach a little bit, and then we start going into
You add value.
Yeah, we add value to it.
Cool.
And then we show what we've got. And the girl that works for me, she does not cross stitch, which is pretty funny. Yeah. But she's really, really good at pairing other designers' fabrics with our fabrics. And so she'll pair them together, and we can do anywhere, like I said, $2,000 to $10,000.
Wow.
On sales. And then we have
per day on a Sunday.
Yeah. And
it's just like, you know what's crazy? It's mind-blowing is like, we just look at things so black and white. You have to do eBay, you have to do Amazon, you have to do private label. But if you go out there and you go to an event like the eBay Open, where you just start networking with people, there's always something new and different, and it's so inspiring.
It's like my sweetheart Charlie, when he came over, he goes, you gotta come, you know, come meet Steve. And I was like, okay, perfect. But what's really interesting too is another way that we make money. So if we've got like a big order coming in, and we've got a big bill of, you know, because we buy wholesale also. And so we buy wholesale from a number of distributors. Yeah. And one of our companies went out of business, and I ended up buying about $50,000 wholesale worth of stuff from them.
Wow.
And I thought, how can I generate money? Because I want to keep this inventory going. And what I do is it's called Wonky Weekend. And
Wonky Weekend.
Wonky Weekend. And what it is it's extra in cuts of our fabrics.
Okay.
Like if we cut a piece of fabric that's off of a yardage, we have all these extras for people to stitch on. We just call them wonkies. Women literally fight over them. And if we list, average price could be $4, $5, up to $10, $12 a piece of fabric. If we list 900, they're sold before we're done listing them.
Wow.
And they fight over them.
Wow.
So I had to take 2 weeks off because I told them there will be no fighting. Children, there's no fighting.
How long did it take you to put the systems in place to logistically execute on what you're doing right now? Because it just seems like for me, I'm thinking like if I was to go do this, like my head might explode.
Yeah, my head does explode. That's why I have to step back sometimes. You know, the Wonky Weekend is not planned. The show is planned.
Yeah.
And so people say, "You're gonna have a Wonky Weekend? Are you gonna list wonky fabrics?"
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll say, "No, I'm not gonna do them this weekend," and they're all bummed, you know. But it's just they're based on time. But we'll have sales. I buy cross stitch lots. I'm looking at right now of getting about 27,000 cross stitch patterns from a lady that's closing out on eBay. Not sure if I'm gonna do it, but I'll buy those, and we will have a sale. We'll have a sale that'll say, you know, $1 a piece, but when you're paying, you know, not too much for them, or you get people that'll buy hundreds of them.
That's amazing. That's cool. So where can people learn more about you have a website that's going to be coming soon? I have
a www.cindysorley.com. It's not updated, but you can do that. Stitchery Express, X, no EX.
Okay.
XPRESS is where all of our fabrics are. That's only got a few of our fabrics on now. We're adding them every day. We should have 900 up within the next
Is it okay for some people to join your Facebook group to kind of see what you're doing, maybe reverse engineer or just help share the word?
Yes, and if you're a seller online, I also have another group called Cindy's Online Selling Tips.
Okay.
Online, it's called Cost. We're trying to keep that group about 1,000 members. We give tips on selling on Amazon, eBay, Poshmark, and everything. And that's Cindy's Online Selling Tips.
We'll link all that down below. So I'll grab all that for you and give it to these guys.
But yeah, and that's where we can help, or message me. And you can always email me at cindy@cindysorley.com. I've got like 27,000 emails I haven't answered. But if you just put Steve, then I'll jump on it.
Hey, well, thank you so much for coming on the channel. I want to keep things short and sweet, and maybe if there's some more questions, maybe in the future we could do something Google Hangouts, because
I would love to.
You're from
Salt Lake City.
All right, so I'm in Connecticut, but
yeah, hey, it's okay.
If there's a lot of interest in this topic, which I have a feeling people are going to be very excited about it, put a comment down below, and maybe she could help out answer some questions, or we could just send them over to your website or your Facebook group.
And they can find me on Facebook, anytime. But
awesome.
I appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate it. Again, thank you so much. And if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out our information, everything down below in the description. Big shout out to Charlie for linking us up.
Oh man, no kidding, Charlie.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.